Did you read business books?
Oh yeah.
Or did you just learn from your clients?
You're a dork,
and stuff?
so I think you just read books.
So you read books therefore.
Or the interwebs or whatever.
Interwebs. Yeah. I was gonna say, do you not read Harry Potter? Or you just watch the movies?
I didn't, just movies.
That's so weird.
I told you I'm a fake nerd.
Yeah. Like you want to be, but you just can't put yourself through the whole process.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was gonna say, so I did go to school 2 years. When I went 2 years to the university, it was a
learn
double
to be a
major.
wizard?
You're a wizard, Harry. And I said, you know what?
Who was that?
Are you the chosen?
It's Haggard. What are we referencing here? Let's just see where we can keep going.
So you went to school for 2 years?
Yeah, double major business economics with a concentration in finance, so that was certainly applicable. But I do feel what I learned in university, did it transfer over? Not necessarily. It was definitely more what I read, like Nassim Taleb when it comes for business. I think he's just a super smart guy. And then also the clients. Like I was fortunate enough, once again, it was in a posh area of Toronto. These people were successful. You know, you kind of just socialize a little bit. That's where I learned a lot.
How'd you go about the hiring process to like keep a standard?
Oh, to hire people?
Yeah.
The short answer is interview a lot of people. It's not like, oh, like I'm gonna find the right person. It's like you don't hire someone unless they're right. And so I would take them out. First of all, I'd take them out onto the floor. I'd see how they train people. I'd put a test run with an actual like client or like somebody just to see how they operate. I would like check them up, make sure everything they said, like a fact check of their history. I would like interview or ask the like employer what they thought before about them. So I was pretty thorough about that because I wanted to make sure like they represent me. So therefore, I got to make sure they do a decent job.
So you had a vision. And it wasn't necessarily something that you read.
Yeah.
It was like information you gathered from working with people and.
Absolutely. I was smiling a bit because I just reminded me the vision of the video that we did is you got to find yourself to lose yourself.
Yeah.
Stuff. Yeah. You for sure. You got to know what you want, right? Like,
Right.
You know what you want in terms of a hire. You know what your goals are or whatever.
Pretty cool.
So then you fired them all and just started with the webcam stuff.
And then I'm just like, sorry guys, check out these pecs. I think it's always important in any transition you go through that you make sure whatever you're leaving behind, so like the old job, like being a personal training director, that everyone's cool there. Like the boss is happy and whatnot. Same idea when it came to the boot camp. Is like the person that I sold it to was someone that worked for me. So I made sure everything's kind of smooth in that regard, where they're happy, I'm happy with where I'm going.
Well, they already worked for you. They already saw how everything goes. They probably understand the value of it a little bit better.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
That's probably 3 years ago.
So you sold the company 3 years ago. Is the company still around?
Yeah.
The company's still going, and Omar Isuf started his own company on YouTube.
Yeah. So, yeah.
How did you revolutionize that from, okay, I'm going to make a stretching routine for my clients to I'm going to try to educate the world?
Yeah, I just took a look at YouTube, what was currently being offered, at the level of information, and I just thought, could I provide more? Could I do better? And I thought, after doing it for a few years, just seeing kind of the landscape, where it was going, I thought that I could do it at least as good as everyone else out there. I went down in 2012 at the start, right around the time talking about selling the business, and I went down to LA and I just hung out with some YouTubers, like high-profile guys that have like 1 million+ subscribers, just to see like what's the sustainability of this. I always kind of do an analysis, right? Like, can you do this full time? How much money do you make? What got you into this? A whole bunch of different things. So I evaluated, can I do YouTube full time? And the short answer was, you got to do it well. You got to provide something new. You got to provide something people want to watch. And so once I made that choice, I went full in. And then it was a process of trying to get better and better and better and better.
How were you able to, like, I guess, what are, like, without giving away too many awesome secrets, what are like 3 of the main ways for people to grow their YouTube channel in general?
Nude girls, dogs dancing, and cats singing.
Dogs dancing and cats singing.
Yeah. You don't get a dog singing.
So you can't flip-flop that. It can't be a dancing cat.
I just said that. That's just weird.
No, you said a singing dog would be weird.
Oh, okay. And then also that, yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, just weird.
It's raining cats and dogs, or is it raining men?
It's raining all of the above.
Hey.
Hallelujah, it's raining men.
So tips you're saying about YouTube, like growing it or
Tips and tricks.
The biggest one, I do feel ultimately, good thumbnail, obviously, because a thumbnail is like a preview, right? It's kind of like a movie poster.
Which you told me you don't watch.
What?
Previews.
No, I don't want. I know if I want to watch a movie, right? Based upon what it seems like, who's directing it, a whole bunch of different factors. I don't purposely go out of my way to watch trailers. Maybe if a preview's on and I happen to see it, I'll see it. But as we said before, the latest Star Wars movie coming out, I'm going to see that. I don't need to get hyped for that. I'm already hyped for that film.
You had that in Canada. Star Wars.
We just saw the first one that came out in 1977.
I am your father, A.
Yeah.
You guys, it translated and everything.
Does that sound like I have an accent to you guys? A little bit, right?
Not at all, A.
He thinks it's the funniest thing. He's just going to keep cracking these jokes. Even Mark's like, can we just get on with the fucking interview?
What's Star Wars about?
He's nailing it.
I'll take some popcorn and a poop.
Mark, I like how Mark's not even laughing.
You're the one dying.
That's what's amusing to me.
No.
You're trying, he's just like...
It's all right.
You're both off the team.
Yeah, it's all right.
I was on the team?
No.
Okay, good, okay. I thought I might have been an honorary member. Biggest tip, honestly, for you guys...
Thumbnail, we got that.
is compelling content, because you can get a thumbnail will attract people, right? A good title, same idea, hashtags, all that stuff will attract individuals and be like, oh, maybe I want to watch that. But what's going to cause them to stay? Good content. And when I say compelling content, it's content that people want to watch. They might not know it at that time. They might grow to like it, but it's something that's unique that you're doing that maybe has, I like to think for my channel, how I think at least, is utility. Hey, that's why I have a lot of squat videos, how to bench videos. I'm like, people are gonna need to know how to bench, how to squat for a long time. And there's a lot of, little subtle details you can go over. So I think compelling content, do people wanna watch this, is what I think. And would people wanna continue to watch this? Yeah.
And then also, there's some tricks to the tagging of it.
Yeah.
The titling of it, right?
Of course. Like we went over that. Some of Mike's, like Mike now has a YouTube channel, and just like different titles. If you make it boring, why would someone want to watch that, right? It's kind of like a news headline.
It does get to be a little tricky now because there's so many, there's
People
so many how-tos.
Yes.
So it's like, do you still name something how-to if it's instructional?
Yeah.
Like what are some of the things that you do?
So if it is instructional, I try and make it very descriptive. So if it's like a how to squat and prevent your back rounding over, I'll literally just name it like how to squat, colon.
With a flat back.
Yeah, exactly. So if it's technical, if it's informative, I try and make the title informative to represent that. If it's something comedic, like we have that dance off, it's going to be like 2 powerlifters, 1 dance off. It's kind of just that juxtaposition between those two phrases. The YouTube video that has the most views is actually the one featuring you. First of all, it's a great video, just in and of itself. That's the first thing. You can't, you might get views, but you won't get likes if it's not a good video. But that video that your brother shot, it's great. But the title then, it's just a weird title, right? And that's kind of the way your mind has to think, right?
The Jacked Metrosexual, right?
Yeah, from fat powerlifter to jacked metrosexual, the Mark Bell story. And people like, first of all, what's like a metrosexual? Is Mark gay? But he went from like a fat powerlifter to a jacked. Does that mean he doesn't do powerlifting? Or is this like some sort of body transformation?
Right.
So it leaves people wondering. And it's intriguing, right? You want to know about that. You gotta leave a little bit of mystery.
So we'll name this Interview with Omar Isuf, but we should name it Interview with George Clooney or something like that.
Yeah.
Just to fucking get him.
Just to get
reel them in.
No, so people they call it clickbait titles, and I never believe in that. And that's basically just naming something crazy like my girlfriend's nude in this video, not safe for work. Like that's just fucked up. Like especially if that has nothing to do with the video whatsoever. You're making video titles that both describe but also intrigue enough where people are compelled to try and check it out. Right. So it is like when we say the dance off with Mike, it is a dance off. So it's 2 powerlifters. Are you a powerlifter?
Yeah, questionable.
Right? Questionable. Lou's a powerlifter. He competes. So it's 2 powerlifters, 1 dance off. And when we did say that about from fat powerlifters, like from being more lethargic to the jacked metrosexual, it's like you dress well, you take care of yourself, you have an extensive collection. I don't know if these guys know this, of like Axe body spray, a whole variety of things. And so it is a joke, right? Like you joke about people smelling really bad in the gym, but you don't smell. So that joke of being a metrosexual is funny, and it does apply then. So it's like
I actually found it hurtful.
He trains in $50 shirts.
$200 shirts actually. Yeah. The best part about that.
Very insulted by the title. So if you could take that down, that'd be great.
And send the check to Mark Smelly Bell.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So like tagging something, obviously, like if you're training in super training, you're training at like a famous gym or something, you might use the name of the gym, or you might use the name of the coach, or the name of the training style, juggernaut training, or whatever.
Yeah, and if you're doing a bench press, like it really is that simple though, but you want to make sure you have all the bases covered. It's like if you're doing a bench press that's super training, and like some of my tags would include bench press, super training. If there's some bodybuilding style workout, bodybuilding. If it's strength training, powerlifting, and then strength training. People also don't seem to realize how
pull in a lot of the basics.
Yeah, and then also you combine them, right? If you put like strength and then training, then you put strength training together, right? So it's really just doing some variations on those.
And then what would be some like examples of some maybe like off the wall tags that you might use? Like you got all the basic ones. Yeah. You got bench press, stronger chest, big pecs, whatever.
Yeah, I'll do some funny ones. Like for instance, we did a cooking video, and like when the smoke alarm went off, fail, right? So the hashtag for that one is fail, right? Or be like epic fail. Or you'll just kind of do funnier ones, variations on that. And also something people don't realize, we were talking about this when it comes to Slingshot, but if you create your own hashtag like on Instagram and then you just keep using it, like I did Team No Cabs and now it has like 12,000 like tags or whatnot, that becomes a thing. And then people, it's like, oh, who invented that tag? It's like, well, Omar did, or like Mark did for squats, we spell with a K, and that's just funny. So in a way, not just doing what people expect, but then doing your own thing, making up your own tags can be very powerful if people catch on.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you're a loser, they'll never catch on.
It could totally backfire. You're like, it's gonna be so awesome. So many people are gonna use this hashtag, and then you look it up, it's just you.
There's 3 of them.
How long does it take you to? Obviously, the editing is going to depend on how long the video is and stuff like that.
Type of video stuff.
But what about like the tagging, the title, the thumbnail, that whole process? Once the thing's already like edited and stuff, how long does that take you usually?
So everything now is systemized. I've been doing it for so long, and already, like honestly, when I'm filming a video, I've already kind of got the title in my head because that's the theme of the video, right?
Right.
Tags are always pretty similar for videos, just because you got powerlifting, you got strength training, like it's probably going to be there because we're doing that. And actually on YouTube, what's cool, you can just save some basic tags, so you don't have to keep doing that. So for me, the thumbnail as well, when I'm editing the video, I look to myself and I think, yeah, that's the thumbnail. Like Mark's chest, I mean, come on, that's A now. That is the thumbnail, obviously. And so thumbnail comes easy, title I usually already have. So these days, it takes no time at all. Back in the day when I was trying to discover what direction I wanted to go with and whatnot, it could take like 15, 20 minutes, longer, yeah.
And then the editing of something that's going to be about 5 minutes long.
Right.
How long does that take you normally?
Yeah, so it depends on the video. If we're doing like, let's say a dance off, or like we did that funny one where you're basing Mr. Miyagi, and so there's a lot of cuts. The more cuts,
that one was
the longer
like
it takes.
40 minutes of footage, right?
Yeah, so we had someone that doesn't normally film, and so they just filmed everything. Normally, also another like tip is when you film YouTube videos, you become efficient at what you want to film. You actually, I'll give Mike a compliment here now for his YouTube channel. He does a great job of only filming what's necessary. So when it's time to edit, when I see him edit, it's just like, doop, doop.
That's because I don't know how to edit.
Yeah.
But
So it's like 20 minutes, but that's good. Necessity can sometimes force you to become better, right? It's like, I don't really know how to edit, I don't really want to, so I'm only gonna shoot what's necessary. It could take anywhere, if it's a straight talking video, 30 minutes. If it's something more involved like the Mr. Miyagi stuff, maybe 2, 3, 4. If we're doing like the Power Ranger one that we did with Mike, that took like 5 or 6 hours.
So something simple, like if you're filming lifting, maybe you're just kind of mainly trying to get the last 3 sets or something like that. You're trying to get the main working sets. That way you're not filming everything. You don't have to go back and edit it all out.
That's the worst thing that you could do. It's like 45 minutes of content. You're going to sit down and then you realize 35 minutes of that is completely useless. That's hard.
Yeah, loading the bar.
Real editors like Maker Mike, they can look at it and just be like, all right, this is what I want. Me, I'm getting bored. I'm getting ADD, and that's a good thing in my opinion, because I create content that I want to watch. And so if I'm getting bored while editing it, or I'm taking a look at the cut and I'm getting bored watching it, those are all great signs.
You used a lot of different styles in your filming. A lot of times there's like voiceover to it and stuff like that. How do you decide what you're going to voice over and what you're going to have be just audio from talking to the camera?
Mark, these are just fantastic questions, buddy.
He's writing a book on YouTube. He's stealing your answers.
On the YouTube. Hey now. The short answer to that is it gets back to compelling content. Do I think the content is good? Raw, right? If we just let like the audio play out, us interact, is it funny enough? Is it interesting enough? If it's not, like, maybe some days we get in, we just want to train, and you're not like trying to be funny for the camera.
We're not poking at each other and fucking around and all that. Yeah,
you're like, I got to bench like 550 for 2 or whatnot.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do that. So then I'll voice over it. Maybe I'll edit it a little bit more if I want to make the content more interesting. But at the end of the day, I'm always like, is this compelling? Do I want to watch it? Do I think people want to watch it? And if I need to tweak it somehow with a voiceover or something funny or like a gag at the end, that's what I'll do.
You were telling me the other day, it's kind of important to get a lot of likes and a lot of comments, almost like instantly on the video. What are some strategies you use for that?
But time of day when you post it. I also think it's kind of funny because YouTube is an algorithm. They're using numbers to basically evaluate your performance. And so if you get more likes, then they're like, hey, like this guy's probably pretty good. Let us share it with more people, right? So when you search
How
something,
do they? Okay, so when you search something, it might pop up easier.
Yeah, I don't quite know the exact algorithm.
You're lying.
No one really
You're
does.
lying.
It's 4. I don't know the exact algorithm. But what I do know is obviously the more people share it, the more people comment on it, the more people like it, the more YouTube's like, hey, this is a video people want to watch. If you only have 10 likes and no comments, YouTube's not going to be like, let's make this the most popular video. So YouTube is smart in that way. It wants to share content that's already semi-popular and make it more popular.
Right.
And so I think it's you get a relationship, a rapport with your clients, with your subscribers, just with people in general. And if they like you, then you can ask them, it's like, you know what, this is what helps me grow my channel. So if you don't mind, if you like the video, because you're watching the video, it shows your support.
Like the damn video.
Like the damn video, right? You can like it right now, for instance, right? For these guys.
So you just simply tell people what you want them to do.
Yeah, a smarter strategy, Mark, would be to say it at the start. I always say it at the end because
call to action.
By that time, 40 or 50% of people have already stopped watching the video. Right. But I just say that as a routine thing. And when you do think it is kind of sweet, like especially what you guys are doing, like you got Ed Cohn and whatnot. This is all free content,
right.
And so for the end user, all they have to do if they like it and they want to support you is just hit like. That's like no big deal for them, right? Like they just got an interview with Ed Cohn for 30 minutes. No one else has done that before. They probably are going to like it.
Right.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Cool.
So what's next? What's the you changed to weightlifting? You started with strength. You moved to powerlifting.
Get the other sleeve.
Roll it up. Yeah.
But what's
thanks, guys. Thanks.
Yeah.
So I'm currently losing weight. About 180 pounds. Oh, just a bad choice.
Huge difference.
Oh, there we go.
Huge difference,
Should have
bro.
started with this.
You look great.
Mark.
It's fucking perfect.
Thanks. I feel better. I feel a lot better.
Yeah. You should.
So what's next for the tubes? Are you always hunting for what's next?
No, like you do have to have a plan.
I know what he's hunting for.
And so that ass.
That ass though.
That ass. I was just, I know what direction I want to take my content. I want to make it better and better. There's some things.
Direction, just straight downhill. That's kind of the way.
This is the peak.
Yeah, we're coming down that other side, right?
Yeah. I don't see myself doing this forever, right? But I do have a plan, what I want to accomplish, amount of subscribers I want to get, a whole bunch of things. I'm doing weightlifting now. I'm going through a body transformation. I'm losing some fat. I was feeling a little fat. I was a little self-conscious. I was like, oh no. So losing some weight.
Too much pap.
Feel fat. Yeah, I was trying to do my impression of your impression of me right there.
But you sounded just normal.
That's awesome.
That's normal for once. Okay. So that's it. And I just have some really cool things. Like I film content that I want to film. So when we talked about the Ranger one or like a dance off or whatever, it's like what I want to film. And I have a lot of ideas. I call it the master list of like ideas either I've done or are yet to be done.
The YouTube bucket list?
Yeah, the bucket list of things that I want to do, content that I want to make. And I think that's something cool. Like you guys already do this naturally, especially with the Powercast.
Nothing here is natural.
Even the D-ball you're serving me?
Yeah, that's
natural
okay.
D-ball.
Yeah. You said
organic.
drink up.
Well, everyone says to grow stuff organically, and I disagree.
Yeah.
Doing things artificially is the best way.
It's the best way.
Typically.
Fake
Cheaper.
tits are better than real tits, right?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Hello.
They are
Yeah,
bigger.
hey,
Hello.
they're usually bigger and firmer.
It's called enhanced, right?
Enhanced for a reason. It doesn't say. Yeah.
It doesn't dehanced.
The name implies already what's going on.
Yeah.
I was just going to say quickly, when it comes to content, when it comes to all this stuff, fitness is the base, kind of like with your Powercast, but it's not the be-all, end-all, right? It's not just about squats.
Write that down.
It's not just
Be
about
all
end all.
but
Fitness is
But
the be-all, end-all.
What
Fitness
my
butt.
be
No, I think
whole
we missed the whole
fitness.
thing.
Getting back to what in the butt? I don't know.
Hey.
Yeah. It's a launching pad, right? Because people get into fitness for a variety of reasons. They want to look good, they want to impress others. Maybe there's some insecurities, maybe there's some
That's
sort of
Mike.
challenge
He
they
wants to
wanna do.
impress everybody all the time.
And Mike,
Are you impressed?
it's working. It's working. That's probably the best flex I've ever seen.
Yeah,
hey, give us the Fat Dan flex. Shout out to Fat Dan, my boy.
You look huge.
That's huge. It's
It
like
really shows my angles.
My angles. Yeah, you look fucking massive.
Just
right
the
now.
worst.
Oh, you got the legs.
Yeah.
Got the leg in there.
And the legs even rolled up.
All right, settle down. You're gonna hurt yourself.
Hold on, you're gonna pop a
turn
blood vessel.
purple.
You got a stroke on camera.
My Terry's minor.
Yeah. But yeah, it's not just about fitness then. And that's what keeps it fresh and what keeps me wanting to produce content and maybe people watching. The same idea with you guys, like the Powercast is only becoming more and more popular, right?
Alive or dead, who do you want to collaborate with? Who would be your favorite person to collaborate with?
Do you mean, Mark, like on YouTube or?
Just period. Just like
All right, well, I'm
just
down
to kick it with, or just a YouTube with, or
well,
just
there's a reason why I'm down hanging out with you guys. Like that's actually people are like, oh, like Omar, like Slingshot. I bet you're endorsed. I'm like, I'm actually not endorsed. I've not been paid ever. I paid for my own flight down here. Right?
I'm independent.
Okay, I don't need nobody.
I don't need no Mark Bale.
No, but people,
I don't need a man.
Yeah.
In my life.
This is real hair, real fingernails.
10 hours later at home. You kick it with people that you want to kick it. The homies like you guys, Barkwan. I think you.
Mr. Barkwan.
Mr. Barkwan.
Yeah,
I think nationally, what's
Congratulations on getting married there, Mr. Barkwan.
Congratulations.
Gio's not a bad choice.
Not a bad choice.
Yeah.
We're a little disappointed.
Yeah, well,
She may be blind to be with you, but
Instagram is disappointed.
Yeah, Instagram's a little disappointed.
Yeah, her followers are out the door.
Yeah.
Well, most of them committed suicide. They might not have had a chance to unsubscribe or whatever.
What's awesome about YouTube, it's so big that there's so many different people that really it's you get to decide who you hang out with. So if you don't like someone, you just don't talk with them, right? I do try and give. I do think it's important to give back, so I try and find smaller channels to like shout out or whatnot. But there's a reason why I think we're hanging out. We're all of a similar, mind. We all like to fart. We all
so
like to train,
who do you want to collab with, alive or dead? Can you answer Mark's
said,
question?
Who do you like to hang out with the most? Then you transformed it, and I said that's why I'm back down here. You know what? You can't come back up. You're welcome to come to Toronto.
Collab with live or dead.
But
hang out or YouTube?
YouTube?
Either one.
Oh,
like doesn't matter. Who's awesome that you want to meet or do a video?
Yeah, like
with?
you're into music and shit. Like, is there somebody you want to fucking?
Well, I mean, if I could chill with
somebody you want to fucking rock out with or
if I
something
could
like.
chill with Axl Rose,
there,
absolutely.
there you go, Axl Rose.
yeah.
That's what we're looking for.
Like music, so I'm a
he alive
music
still?
fan. So he is.
Where is he?
He's in the jungle. You know where you are? Yeah.
We know who he is, but
Oh, he's in the.
He's in LA.
The concrete
he's in the jungle.
he's probably in a cocaine coma.
Dude, sounds amazing. I was gonna say that him, if we're talking music, Prince for sure, because he's the purple Yoda. Speaking about Yoda, and Eddie Van Halen. I mean, he revolutionized rock guitar. So probably those three, just to kick it, just to learn. They would have
Anybody in fitness that you haven't met that you'd like to meet?
I got to meet Ed Cohen when I came down, which was awesome.
There you go.
That was a cool hookup. Fitness, I mean, Arnold, obviously, everyone would say Arnold. I guess like a Sly Stallone probably counts in that. There's no one, bucket list, I need to before I die. I've met a lot of really cool peeps when it comes to fitness.
You're Canadian. What if you ran into somebody like world record holder Jeremy Hamilton, for example?
What would be the...
Oh
if that
my
could happen,
God.
that would be amazing.
He trains at your gym and stuff, right?
Yeah,
or you train at his gym, probably.
Yeah.
That's probably
after he broke the world record, it was
his.
renamed Hamilton Strength. Yeah. It used to be called Fortis Fitness. Now it's Hamilton Strength.
What was that like, though? I mean, you guys known each other for a while now.
Oh, 2 years.
And he's been hungry for this goal, and then to come down and watch him, like you're like, okay, well, he's got a shot. Like I've seen him lift before. Like he's super strong, but he is going against Dan Green,
dude,
who's a fucking mutant.
You know what's crazy about that? We were talking about this, Mark. Is even still, I put out a video, and like people that know Jeremy, like, oh, congratulations. Some people can't believe that Dan's been defeated.
Right.
They're like, but wait a sec, but Dan wasn't at that meet.
Yeah.
What did Dan? What's Dan's? This isn't the record. Dan has. I'm like, no, he literally beat Dan at his own meet.
Head to head, yeah.
I know Jeremy quite well. He's a great guy, and I know how much this meant to him. Just to have a world record. And it was weird because I thought to myself, I've been to powerlifting meets and they're cool, right? And I thought I wouldn't get kind of caught up, but Mike even said that it was probably one of the coolest showdowns he's witnessed in person. And I got all for it. I was just so happy for him because I know what it meant for him.
It's really rare for a powerlifting meet to end like that.
It came down to the final
There's no
lift
such thing as a buzzer beater in powerlifting, but this time there was.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. It's usually really rare for it to be that close and everything. And even Dan didn't have his best day, but it was still close in the end, and it was just cool to see, both those guys go at it like that. But like, it's got to be neat though to have like a friend that you're watching,
100%,
and he's dead set on these goals. You know how hungry he is for it. You know that his wife's part of it.
Yeah.
And it must have been just awesome. Like, were you super just fired up? You get goosebumps and stuff watching him lift.
I even have a little bit. You can see
Oh
like,
my God.
a little bit like goosebumps just thinking about it again, because once again, how much momentum, how hard he worked. I also, just in general, I don't know about you guys, it's probably the same thing. Have you guys watched the movie Ip Man at all? Ip Man?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right.
Ip Man?
It's just the idea that someone that puts in so much time and effort to become good at something. Jiro dreams of sushi. No, maybe. Okay. Anyways, is that when someone puts so much time and effort into something and then they excel at it and they get the result they want, you just respect that level of dedication.
Right.
Besides, above and beyond him being my friend and being proud of him, just to see someone accomplish that, put in the work and then get the result, that's just very inspirational. That's true inspiration.
Jeremy did do something awesome, but I think we're forgetting a name here that really played
The
a
real
role.
rapper. Yeah, well, he did use Mark Bell's, first of all, knee wraps.
Second of all,
the rapper did come from super training. So this is a true story. So Jeremy's competing in a meet in an area that he's never been to, California, right? This is his buddy, but also the person he's competing against, Dan Green, his gym, right? So he has no one representing.
7-hour flight.
Yeah, so I found out that I'm going down, and Jeremy said, well, I have no one to wrap up this stuff, right? And so
Wrap
I
up
said,
his knees.
Wrap up his knees. What is stuff? Well, who's going to say stuff? Anyways.
Who's gonna say stuff?
Who's gonna think of something else when I say stuff?
Who's gonna wrap up Jeremy's
Shows
stuff?
not-
Who's gonna wrap up Jeremy's stuff? It should be the title. But he said, he was rapping at his own knees, and people that know about rapping said that he was only rapping 70 or 80%. And so he said, Omar, do you know anyone that can rap knees? And so obviously I reached out to you guys. I'm like, hey, Mike, Jeremy's competing. We need an amazing rapper. And so someone here from Super Training, Mr. Robot
Robot
Pants,
to this.
also known as
Dr. Robot Pants.
Yeah, he's getting a PhD in mathematics.
In rapping knees, apparently.
rapping knees, apparently.
Yeah, Dr. Rapper.
And Jeremy did say after he wrapped the knees that he said, obviously, the best anyone has wrapped his knees, by far. So,
Robot Pants.
Right.
This one's for
best
you.
rapper. Yeah, he did it, as we said before. It's like, it was basically his squat. It was a collaborative effort.
Yeah, the weight lifted itself.
Yeah, he just had to stand up, back up, yeah.
Just closing this thing out, what's something you want to tell people who are trying to get their YouTube thing off the ground, and just people that are just getting into fitness kind of in general?
I would say to do it obviously because you enjoy it. I think I observed that actually a lot of people that get into training or being a personal trainer, they do it because, they want to do this and they couldn't do that. So therefore they think, this is pretty cool, this is pretty easy. Yeah, I like to work out, so why not? I'll train people. You have to have a reason why you want to do this. You have to honestly, I believe, want to help people. You have to have a mission. Like you say that you want to make people, help make the world strongerist, is it? Betterist?
Make the world a better place.
I don't know what he says.
Making the world, this is kind of just a
weird.
better place to live.
Where could you get that shirt?
How much you benched that? But I was going to say that you have to have passion for this, right? And I genuinely like seeing people do better. I genuinely like to lift. And so if you want to do this, you have to find that reason. You have to understand it's going to take a lot longer than you want. We talked before about
Well,
being
that's
like
the reason why you need the passion behind it, because if you're not that into it and you
100%.
only get it going for a few months, then you're screwed.
Yeah, you're gonna fizzle out. And it's that idea that we all want the results or like the success, like, tomorrow, a week from now. It takes a lot longer than any of us are prepared. You'll probably also work harder at it, but in the end, because you're doing what you like, you'll be more satisfied. So just keep grinding it out and have that vision and have that goal, and just keep pushing forward then.
Strength is never a weakness, and that is it from Super Training Gym. Thank you very much.
Peace.
Bitch.
Stay grinding.
I see you grinding. That's twerking, Mike. That's
It's gonna leave me hanging here.
Oh.